Something is beeping. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka geekxxchic, and we're back with another reaction to Titans. We are now on episode 3, which is called, that's 6. That's not 3. I can count. We are now on episode 3, which is called Ghosts. So last episode, we were introduced to a new character by the name of Rose, and as I ranted about in the last reaction, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of info. We didn't actually get to see that much of Rose, despite the episode being named after her, but that seems to be a little bit of a habit the show has had since last season to not really focus on the characters that they're talking about in an episode like this. But digressing, we at least figured out that she is indeed the daughter of Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, but we still have no idea why Rose was running, why she was so desperate to get away, why she was missing an eye, which looked like it happened fairly recently. So these are all pretty important things. And of course, we saw that Corey was knocked out by a fellow Tamaranian and dragged off, and I really do hope that Donna is going to look for her and not just screw off to San Francisco and think, well, I'm sure she'll find her. But I'm like so hungry to find out more about how they're playing Corey's story in this incarnation of her, because we got basically nothing last season, and you know, I ranted enough about that in the first episode. But yes, I'm hoping we get some more answers where that's concerned. Without further ado, let's get into this episode called Ghosts, which almost always refer to past issues, things that people don't want to talk about. I don't think we're gonna deal with actual ghosts, but who knows? Maybe it's gonna be a meta who can make ghosts. We're never gonna find out till we actually watch the episode. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay? Let's boom.
Select soldiers who underwent a series of experimental bioenhancements.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
So I guess you changed the code. Finally.
She's like, there's been way too much sausage energy in this tower for the last month. Help. So you didn't look for Corey. Like, these friends suck.
So where's Corey?
Did they meet Gar?
She sort of vanished.
What do you mean by vanished?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's not answering her phone.
That's it.
But you know...
Okay.
You guys give us a minute, please?
New Titans, skedaddle. This is OG Titan business. That means you too, Jason.
You too, Jason.
Right? The nerve of this kid.
And then I saw this.
Fuck me.
I will not.
Wilson. Deathstroke's daughter.
I was about to say, you're not going to recognize with Wilson. That's a very common last name. I'm not Deathstroke's daughter.
Remove them.
The guy travels
Woo!
20 miles to give you a lift home, and you want to get royal on me?
Yes.
Don't make me ask you again.
That's right. Queen Tings. How's it look?
Oh,
Still disgusting. Put it down. Put it down. We're not ready. Okay.
Ready.
No using your superpowers, Rachel. That's cheating. Okay, Gar. I'm down.
Houston, we have contact.
I was about to say, you really want to mess with a girl who's got a demon in her? Is that a smart idea? Say sorry. Say sorry. Call me freak again.
Not just a girl. My queen.
Are we really back to that?
Yes.
20 years in the royal protection service.
Yes.
Born and bred. All habits die hard.
Yes.
Don't make me chase.
Excuse me, I am a queen. That's all you should do.
Looks like you did some research on the local dining customs.
Yeah, it was a long flight. I splurged for the Wi-Fi.
Tamaranian's got some jokes. I like it.
All the royal guard, she sends the only one that I slept with.
You didn't choose me.
Oh,
No?
you volunteered?
I volunteered.
Oh. See? That's what happens. You got that queen energy, okay? They can't stop thinking about you.
No doubt of the year mode for him.
She's like, well, I've had 2 mamas die, so.
Guess we're both members of the Bad Dads Club. Platinum members.
Fortunately, a huge club.
Cool.
Do we have to have the sound effects? Gross.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this matter.
Given that you only got one, we fucking better, right?
Too soon, even though I'm sure that's been like decades.
I see that.
His was better. He's so gonna kill you in his sleep.
It's time to light him up.
I can already feel Deathstroke saying, if you ever slap my back again, sir.
And we're not this anymore.
Says the girl that
Says the lady who likes the superhero.
I was about to say. That's a shaky leg to stand on right now, Don.
They're walking with royalty. They should walk on the other side of the street.
Right?
At least muster a little differential punch.
Girl.
You have to prove yourself.
Prove myself.
That's a good start, FYI. Not what I meant!
Did you not read the part in the manual about laws?
Honestly, I never got back.
And black men, what are you doing? How come Titan Tower doesn't have like an Alfred? No one wants to make their own tea.
He's asking for a party of one.
Let's give him a party of 4.
What, we're on the move?
Yeah.
Oh
come on.
God!
We'll drop you off at the bus station.
Right?
Doesn't have anything to do with you.
Playpen. Your helmet's so stupid. Should we leave you alone? Sounds like you're having an intimate moment with these lights, sir. Really? I'm thinking you don't got this, Dick. No offense. Uh-oh.
I'm fine.
How are you? How did you get hurt in the first 2 minutes, Hank?
We got it.
Do you? There's a bus full of people. Ha! That made no sense.
When I look at you, all I see is greatness.
This man is singing the most beautiful song I've ever heard.
A guy who thinks one night together mattered.
Man,
Ow! Ow! So, how'd the mission go? Exactly.
I'll get him.
Maybe you've lost the taste for how this works.
We'll get another shot.
No Robin would have taken the first one.
Hank, hey.
I mean, really, you could have come back with, I'm sorry, didn't you get injured in the first 2 seconds?
I do what I want.
Okay. Bye. Whoa.
Get out of my way.
Right? Rachel's like, do I need to spank him again?
Maybe you need to see your retirement package, huh?
Really? Okay. Thank you, bitch. No, no.
Here.
No, no. Let him sit with it. Let him sit with it. He's been asking for this. Corey, come get your man. He needs some help.
Defense.
Defense is for pussies.
I like her. Is it bad that I'm Team Rose in this fight?
There's been enough fighting for tonight.
She's like, no, seriously, I need to like practice. I only have one eye now.
I felt like you were my people.
Lay on that guilt trip, girl. Thick.
If you're going home, maybe I could come with you.
Aww.
You don't belong where I come from.
They'll kill you, sweetie.
I'm so tired.
What would happen if you just let it out?
Well, I almost killed Jason.
I'm on my way.
Oh. Mama's coming, baby. Mama's coming. Sorry, ex-boyfriend, but
All good.
I suggest you go on an intergalactic vacation.
After you.
She's gonna tell your ship to take you home.
Don't.
Sorry.
You're a slow learner.
More will come for you. Legions of them.
Let them come.
Girl, wait, this is our planet. I mean, I'm all for you staying, but let's not get crazy here.
Look, why don't we go take a quick look to make sure?
Let him go, please. I want him to get his butt spanked so hard.
We'll just do some visual verification, lay eyes on the guy.
No.
and Dick.
No.
Like, help me out, Gar.
Gar, please.
I could use a win.
God. You're so gonna do this because you're a big old softie.
Let's go.
Oh my God. If Gar, you know what? I'm sorry, Gar. This is the one time that if you get your ass whooped, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you because you know better than this.
Is it light? Like light beer light?
Shut the fuck up. Fuck you.
Maybe we shouldn't be chugging beers in the afternoon anymore, Dr. Light. Teenagers kicking your butt. It's like, oh, you thought I came alone. That's cute. Please, save Gar. Hashtag save Gar. No, just go. Call Dick and run away. Well, There's a free room at Titan Tower as of now. Okay, well guys, that was the latest episode of Titans, which was called Ghosts, and got real spicy at the end now, didn't it? Good episode. I think this was actually a solid episode so far out of the 3 we've gotten. I think this is probably my favorite as far as pacing and just kind of getting, oh, thank you, finally some more information about Kori and her life on Tamaran, but we're going to get there. I do like how it was all kind of brought together. I really love that they let us know what Deathstroke's initial plan is so far. In a lot of shows, they like to wait till like almost the very end of the season before they actually let us know what the deep, resounding plan is that the villain has. But, and again, we don't really know the end game of Deathstroke yet, but that's okay. I like that at least we have at least for the next couple of episodes, what his plan is. And as he mentioned, he's basically assessing his enemy, which is very smart. Deathstroke's smart enough to know that underestimating them would be stupid, and going in blind, even though he's extraordinarily skilled and enhanced by a bunch of testing, would be foolish. He's doing what Titans should be doing, which I'm hoping Dick will learn a little bit from. So I love that he said that, you know, he's like, let's just test them. Let's throw a few things out there. Let's see how they work. Let's see who's the leader in the group. Let's see who follows. Let's see who actually listens to leadership and who are the ones who don't listen to leadership. And then the ones who don't, they'll come to me. And as soon as I saw Jason having more of his attitude, let's face it, he's always had an attitude problem. But as soon as I saw him having more of that, that's when I recognized, okay, this is what he's talking about, because inevitably now that Deathstroke has taken Jason, we know that what's going to probably happen, he'll keep him, you know, locked up for a while, and he's going to know better. He's not going to just throw an invitation to his side out there, but he's probably going to play on the fact that if Jason came out there by himself, tried to fight Dr. Light on his own without the group, Deathstroke's going to be smart enough to figure out that he didn't tell everybody else, that he's clearly not in charge, and that he did this as the rebellious one in the group. And therefore, those are typically the ones in any type of given situation are the ones that can usually be swayed. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this kidnapping of Jason right now is for him to figure out a little bit more. Obviously, probably to see if he can find out anything about the new composition of the Titans, because I don't think that Deathstroke knows anything about Rachel, for example, or Gar. He just knows about the old Titans. So through Jason, he could potentially get more reconnaissance, but more importantly, he might potentially get a recruit. I'm sure he's going to start feeding on the fact that Jason feels like he's being put at the kids' table, which he is in a way, but for his own good. Also, the fact that he has some authoritarian issues. I'm sure that there's going to be all kinds of promises about how if he joined their side, that he would respect him as the warrior that he is. And, you know, you kicked Dr. Light's butt, so clearly you've got skills. And if Dick can't recognize that, then maybe you're on the wrong. You know what I mean? He's going to be that kind of person. I'm sure is going to drop some emotional manipulation bullets in Jason, then let him go. We'll see how that unfolds as the season progresses. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jason at some point decide to leave and potentially defect over to Deathstroke's side, but that's getting well ahead of ourselves. That's kind of what I'm seeing as far as a potential roadmap of people he might be able to pull to his side. Not to mention it would be a great mental, you know, screw to the mind for his daughter, who clearly is defecting from what he would like, and he looked like he either tried to kill her or capture her. We'll have to find out what his intent where Rose is concerned is, but yeah, it would be a way to kind of take a jab at Rose as well. Be like, oh, well, you don't want to be my daughter. Well, look at this. I found myself a new kid, another son, right? That would be probably something that would send Rose over the edge emotionally in some ways, depending on how their relationship is right now. I'm happy that we have a little idea of how Deathstroke operates. I'm glad that we have a nice, calculated, smart villain that honestly shows like this, while I love the fighting and the action scenes and the special effects and all that good stuff. To me, when it comes to characters, as important as it is to develop your heroes and the main characters, if you're gonna have a villain, if you're gonna have somebody who's going to force the storyline and the progression and the growth of your antagonists along, or protagonists I should say, I want a really good antagonist. I want him to be built, or he or she to be somewhat fleshed out, a full-rounded character with a real direction or a purpose, and who's smart. Nothing bothers me more than when you see some of these shows and like the villain is such an easy target. Like you're like, what was the point of them? Much like Trigon, which I already ranted about in the last one, but I want to see a smart villain. I want to see someone who can plausibly, I'm talking to you, Flash, plausibly take out our protagonists, our heroes, and actually make it, you know, us understand why they get knocked on their butts. We got a little bit more on Rose in this episode, not a lot, But I do think that what we saw is that clearly she feels that her father is responsible for the death of her brother. I'm assuming it's the Jericho character we heard about earlier in the episode. But I want to know, like, what happened there, right? You can't just drop, oh, my father killed my brother. It's like, wait, what? Why? Why? What happened? Why would he do that? There had to be some reasoning behind that, or potentially there's a misconception that's happened there. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see more of why that is, or how that story is on Deathstroke's side. We've heard Rose's side of the story. I want to hear what Deathstroke's side of that story is as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason ends up being the person who gets that story as well. That kind of slides into the whole quick interaction that we got with Rachel and Rose. I'm really glad that so far it seems like they're starting out on a friendly note. I really hate seeing cat fights between girls on shows like this, just because I know they're realistic, but we need to see more of this where two girls can respect that they're strong and amazing and all the things, and not have to come in at a level of competition with each other. I'm glad that we're seeing so far that Rose and Rachel were able to bond over one of the more strange things in life, the fact that both of them have homicidal fathers that they don't like, and that they wanted to, or in Rachel's case, she thinks she killed Trigon. She hasn't actually killed him, but you get my point. As she said, the bad dads club, they're both part of it, and I'm glad that it's at least some foundation for the two of them to hopefully grow in some form of a friendship going forward, because, you know, poor Rachel needed some more feminine energy in that place. As we saw, poor Rachel isn't really feeling 100% open to be herself about what she's been dealing with, what she's been going through. We saw in the last episode she's got scratches and probably other wounds that are showing up on her that she has no idea how or why they're happening, and we got her talking about that today when she talked to Corey. And we're going to get into Corey's storyline in a minute, but I really loved that scene with her and Corey just talking about the fact that she's like, you know, I'm trying my best to keep it together and act like everything's okay, but I'm really not. I still don't feel like I belong here. And of course, when we saw in that fighting scene where her and Gar and Jason were practicing, and unfortunately, Jason didn't get the memo that she's got this whole evil being inside of her that really doesn't like it when Rachel's life's been threatened. You know, maybe you don't thwap her on the head. You know what I mean? I know it's part of training and Jason had to do it, and Rachel is going to have to learn how to suppress that knee-jerk reaction that the darkness in her has whenever she's hurt. Yeah, Jason found out the hard way that there is something inside of Rachel that's very powerful, and while her melee skills still obviously need a lot of work, he should respect that she's very capable of doing a lot of damage but chooses not to. And we got to find out that you know, eyes lighting up, the jewel lighting up, the darkness just kind of becoming this crazy homicidal force. Her explaining to Corey, who is probably the only other person who understands what it's like to have this power inside of them that can be so highly destructive. It was nice to see her feel that she had that bond and that she could talk to someone about that, but namely that she was like, I want you, Corey. Like, I need you to be the person to talk to about this. You're the person who makes me feel safe. And we saw that last season a lot, that Corey was the first person in a while outside of Dick to really make Rachel feel truly safe and feel okay and accepted even with her abilities. So there's just a really sweet scene. I like the way that both actors played it. Poor Rachel just really feeling really alone right now, and I understand why she didn't feel comfortable telling Dick about this. Dick really isn't in the mind space, honestly, to deal with it, and he really can't understand it fully. I think that Corey is definitely the right person to help Rachel figure this out, and also she's got one of the only abilities that can kind of hurt Rachel. We've seen that the fire that she has actually does affect Rachel. So anyway, it was a great scene, and I love that, of course, it just shows another reason why Corey is needed in Titans, because she's been very separate from the storyline since the season premiere, and we needed something that was going to bring her back into the fold naturally. Hey guys, so I unfortunately had some issues with my memory card and it got corrupted, so as a result I lost the last part of my review. Anyways, I basically just talked about how impressed I was with the amount of backstory that we got on Corey via the stories between her and her guard. I'm not even sure if we got his name, bless him. But anyway, it was really nice to see, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad that we have an idea of Corey's situation, and hopefully they're going to continue to give us more information about how Corey is going to deal with this fact that she's supposed to be taking the throne and she really has no desire to do so. So anyway, I'm really disappointed that I lost it because I think I pretty much just gushed about how great it was to hear someone praising how amazing Corey is and how amazing she would be as a queen, and yeah. So disappointing. So sorry about that, guys. Sometimes things happen. Anyway. So if you like this video, guys, please give that button a like. And if you really want to see more from this geeky face, which I'm sure you can picture because you've seen it a ton of times, please click subscribe. Sorry about this, guys. Until next time, see ya!